What's up, Genies? It's Gwen. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, thanks for joining. Subscribe to join the Genies. So, it's time for me to explain my favorite TV show. So, one day I was just, if you don't already know, I have Amazon Prime, so I was just scrolling through my, seeing what movie I wanted to see next, and this show kept popping up, and they're saying, this is recommended, you should watch this, you should watch this. So I clicked on it, and I read what it was about, and I'm like, wow, maybe I should watch this. This actually looks like a cool show. So I guess I should reveal to you. I have kept this a secret for so long, and I feel like it's not right to keep this sort of secret from everybody. So, my favorite TV show is Thunderbirds Are Go. I have been watching this for maybe 2 years now, and maybe a year for now, since probably about a year, and I just love it so much, and I'm gonna explain it to you in a little bit. So Thunderbirds Are Go started in the 1960s, and it was filmed in Technicolor with marionettes, which are puppets where people control them, and then they have the whole voiceover and everything. So I obviously wasn't around that time, but so when I first started watching this show, they actually made a remake in 2015, and I watched the first episode, and I'm like, wow, this is really cool. So I'm gonna tell you about it. So you know how it started in the 1960s, and it's actually about a family of 5 brothers, and they work together to rescue people, and they're part of this organization that's called International Rescue, and it was actually created by their father, Jeff Tracy. And these brothers' names are, the oldest is Scott, Virgil, John, Gordon, and Alan. And they work together in these humongous machines. The oldest, Scott, actually pilots Thunderbird 1, and since he's the oldest, apparently he gets to a danger zone first, and then he determines what kind of equipment is needed to perform this rescue. And then Virgil is the heavy lifter sort of thing. He pilots number 2, which is huge, and it carries the pods, which has all the equipment, and pod 4 carries Thunderbird 4, which I'll get to that in a second. And he carries all the equipment, and he actually has this double arms that he can control, and he can lift things that a natural human can't. So, and then I'm just going in order of the Thunderbirds, and then there's Thunderbird 3, who is Alan, and he is actually the youngest of all of them. He pilots Thunderbird 3, which is actually a rocket. This rocket goes into space and it does rescues in space. Then the next Thunderbird is Gordon, or Thunderbird 4, and it is piloted by Gordon, who is the second to youngest kid, the second to youngest brother, and he pilots Thunderbird 4, and he gets to the danger zone with the help of Thunderbird 2, which is Virgil, and usually they perform rescues with each other, so that's usually how it works out. And then the last brother is John, and he pilots Thunderbird 5, and it is actually a space station, so he has it up in space, and he manages all the calls that come through. So if some rescue call comes in, he'll answer it, and then he'll go to where they live is actually Tracy Island, which is a private island that no one knows where it is. So he'll say, hey, this person needs help. Thunderbird 4 and 2 are needed, and then they'll go pilot off to the danger zone. There are other characters in this show, and there's one character who is actually my personal favorite, and her name is KO, and she is a covert ops specialist. So she pretty much is the head of security for international rescue. So she's kind of like the person who chases the bad guys who might try to hurt the others who are trying to perform a rescue. But the next character is Grandma Tracy. She is pretty much the caretaker of the island. So she'll just do a lot of organizing and try and she's not a great cook, but she's how they made her character. And then the next character is Brains, and he is the engineer for international rescue, and he creates all the machines. He makes sure they're functioning properly. He does not like traveling on. He gets airsick. He gets seasick. He gets motion sickness. I mean, it's just, if he's forced to go on a rescue, it's not really a lot of fun for him. And then my last two personal favorites are Lady Penelope and Parker. Lady Penelope is the London agent for international rescue, so if the boys have their hands full and they need someone to get something like a file or something, they'll be like, hey, Lady Penelope, can you get this file for us? We have our hands full here. And technically she's better at that sort of stuff than they are. So she'll do it. And Parker is her chauffeur. Is it? Okay. He is the chauffeur. So he will drive her around, and he is one of my personal favorites. That is all I'm going to tell you today. If you want to go check out they do have a YouTube channel, so if you want to go check that sort of stuff out, it will all be in the description down below. And then I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!